All right, welcome to If My People Bible Reading. This is part 245, and this is a question that came in. And this goes out to everyone. Here's the question. Quick question. How come no one recognized Yeshua after he was resurrected? Why did he look so different? I know he was no longer flesh and blood, but were his facial features different? Well, now that's a pretty interesting question. A lot of people go through their entire life and never come up with that one. So let's answer it. There's all kinds of stuff out there on the internet and Google, and I just go right back to words. So let's go to Genesis 1:27. Kind of give you a start on this. Mankind, man, meaning men and women, were made in the image of the Father and the Son, Yahweh and Yeshua. Now they were, Adam was made perfect. Eve was made from the DNA of Adam, so therefore her image came from Adam, and Adam's image was perfect, and that he was human, made of earth material. Um, was Yeshua made of earth material? For a time period, for approximately 30 years of his life, 31 and a half, I think, like 18 months after he was age 30, and then he lost that body. It died, but it was resurrected. So he still had that image of a human being, but he was supernatural. Before time began, he was supernatural. He did not have a human body. And he has a supernatural body now. We have human bodies. And these bodies, because of sin, the original sin in the Garden of Eden, um, nobody's body on the face of this earth will enter eternal heaven, eternal life in heaven, the eternal heaven, the last one, the one made not by man and not from this earth. As you remember, the first earth age, Genesis 1:1, did not need a sun or a moon, so it was not anything like the earth we see today. And the second earth age came out of the creation of 6 days. And so that does not look exactly like it is today because of the flood and the disaster that happened upon the whole world. So we're in the third earth age. And during those periods of time, man has sinned. Every man and woman has sinned and come short. So when the patriarchs were approached by the voice or by Yeshua, they recognized him. Now, how were they recognizing him? Because they were righteous and they were not completely moral. They were sinful, but they had faith. And that faith is very, very important. When you increase the faith, you're able to see beyond what you normally see with no faith. You can see things and hear things and believe things that you, even someone standing right beside you. An example, Paul on the road to Damascus. He goes along, and if you read it, you'll notice that through the Word, because Paul knew the Word, he recognized Yeshua immediately through the Word. Now, did those that were with him, and in other circumstances, when Yahweh, when Elohim would destroy an entire army of people, all they heard was whistling above the trees, things moving around. They did not recognize what was going on. Their faith was there, but it was just a bit weak. And those that were with Paul did not recognize And all they saw was a bright light. And quite frankly, we will always, when we go to the eternal heaven, see Yeshua because we are in his image. And the Father's image, but the Father's image is a Shekinah, is a glory, is a light that is so bright and consuming and powerful and consuming. So we will never see the Father. But if you've seen the Father, you've seen the Son. So there you go. We will always see the Father through the Son. Now we get back to the road to Emmaus. And the disciples and Miriam, or Mary Magdalene, not recognizing Yeshua. It has to do with their faith, their understanding, and if Yeshua allowed it to happen, then you will see him. Because we have fallen bodies. All of us have fallen, DNA defective bodies. And Yeshua wants us to increase our faith. There's something that he's telling you the entire time, and the word says it, increase it. When their faith increased, when either words were spoken, Mary Magdalene, or the disciples, they heard words, the word, their faith increased, and suddenly they saw truth. So they physically saw in their human bodies. Now this is a lesson for us. We will, and we can, when we increase our faith, we can see him, Yeshua. We can see him through our acts, which is a verb, doing things. Faith is good, but faith without works is dead. And if you're dead, you can't see anything. He's given examples and metaphors, and about everything you could possibly think of is going together. It's not just an image on a picture of that's Uncle Ted over there, or that's Aunt Mary over there. That's not what it's about. It's about something so powerful, so strong, that faith, even though it's as small as a mustard seed, if it just grows a little bit, you can see much more. You can do much more. You can be much more. And that's what he wants us to be on this earth until the fulfillment of the Gentiles, means everybody, from not just Adam and Eve and Steve and everybody else, it's the entire world. Because Cain went out there and put the seed throughout the world and all of humanity. They have that seed within them, that soul within them that recognizes the voice, the word, the living word. That's what that means. It means much more than just a picture of Aunt Mary. That's an excellent question. Most church leaders, institutional churches, well, they just avoid all that completely. And thank you for those who have gone through and read the Word, and then or have gone through the YouTube series, If My People Bible Reading, Part 1 to Part 235, completely from beginning to end, or watched it from beginning to end, having followed along and read the Scriptures. I think you'll understand that now a little clearer. So, to the clans out there in Utah and Wyoming and Montana, thank you for your questions that come in, and for all of those who keep asking them. Be blessed. Shalom.